Hello guys, welcome all to the Ship Geeks Incorporated podcast, a podcast made by ship enthusiasts for ship enthusiasts, hosted by Fitzcritz and Brickships1912, and today we are going to be doing a tier list of our favourite ocean liners together.
Yes.
So we've got a selection of them. I'll quickly go through all of them down here. We've got Olympic, United States, America, and
Manhattan.
so much. Manhattan, Leviathan, Oceanic, MV Britannic, Queen Elizabeth, QE2, QM2, and so forth. We're about like 30 here, so we're going to get going. We're going to discuss it. So let's begin. We'll start from the top.
Olympic. Okay, so I know this is a bit of a nuclear take here, but I know everybody would say S tier. But yeah. I think Olympic is so underused, like so underrated, that people make her overrated in a little bit, in my eyes, right?
I can see that.
So I'm actually arguing that we put her in A tier. Okay,
I know that's a nuclear take. I can see it.
I know that's a nuclear take. Okay.
That's a nuclear take. In my personal one, I'd put her at an S because I just love her. I love her story.
Here, we can do this.
No, we'll put it in the middle.
There we go. See, she's in the middle.
No, we'll put it at A. You're going to have people burning down our doors, having it not in the middle.
Okay. So Olympic is A. So United States.
United States.
Anyways, on to America.
Boy. Oi, not talk. Fast boy. I'd give it an S. Fast girl, then.
You see? Okay, but think about it. United States, the pride of a nation. I know she's not liked mainly because we're big funnels, and people are just salty they don't got the speed record anymore. Queen Mary can suck my... So anyways, gonna just go ahead and quickly...
Alright, let's go to the next one.
YouTube rule violations. Next one, America. Her story is incredible. I want to almost say automatic S tier.
No.
No?
Let's put an A.
A? A is cool. I'm cool with that. A is fair. Okay. Now, Washington/Manhattan. Washington/Manhattan. She did have her funnels heightened, which made her look better. Here. This will probably help people. We should probably do that for some of the more obscure ships so people can see it better. So this is Washington/Manhattan. She did have her funnel. This is her heightened funnel configuration. I actually really like these. These two liners basically held down the fort of that is the United States lines, because Leviathan was suffering, as we all know, and America hadn't been built yet. So these two were basically the workhorses of the United States Merchant Marine. They actually served in the Second World War, and they actually were workhorses. They're definitely not remembered as nearly as much as they should be, because I know Washington or Manhattan, one of the two, started with the name Wakefield, which is a really cool name in my opinion.
For that, I reckon we should put an S. I reckon an S.
You want to go an S? Okay, we can do S. There we go.
I do believe we will be needing to shrink these once we get further into this.
We can also stack them like that.
Yeah,
like
perhaps.
Half and half. We can just leave it how it is now. Yeah. So Leviathan, I'm going to say A tier, to be honest.
Yeah, A tier.
A tier? Okay. There's not much to her.
Not much to her.
She's a nice ship.
She's a nice ship. German built.
Did her thing. Got scrapped,
Did her thing, got scrapped.
Oceanic 3 here.
Oceanic 3.
We should probably start expanding these all so people can see them better.
So this is the artist's interpretation.
This is probably closest to what she would have had. Although there's debate if she had a flat around superstructure. Most people, she actually had a flat one. A lot of Harlan de Wolf blueprints say she had a flat one, supposedly. Although that's never been confirmed. But either way, because she was never built and she doesn't have a story, I don't think she deserves A or even S. I'd
put her in the middle of the C tier.
I want to say B, because that design is really nice. I mean,
the design is really nice. I hope all the funnels work. That's one of the main gripes I have about the MV Britannic and Georgic is that only one of the funnels worked.
Okay, but I feel like as Ocean Liner fans, we're going to put all of them in like B and above.
No, we'll get some down below.
So we got Britannic. We don't even need to explain this one. Just automatic S. Okay, automatic S. No explaining needed. S tier. Right there. Right? We can agree on this S tier for Britannic?
Yeah.
Okay. Queen Elizabeth. Now, let me...
Sad story.
Band her. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth. She was almost saved. If she continued to be a university, that would be really cool.
That would be cool, because then we could see her today. Although she was in a James Bond film. Her wreck was in a James Bond.
True. Her wreck actually still exists. It was absorbed and made into a pier in Hong Kong, I believe. Or wherever she sank. I think it was Hong Kong. But she didn't do a whole lot besides serving the war and then just do her thing. You know, had a nice career. But I think a lot of people forget that although ocean liners with boring stories, you know, they're not cool necessarily. But that's what people want. You want a boring story.
Yeah.
Because that means the ocean liner did its thing, right? So I think she served well. She served in the Second World War.
I reckon a B.
And I reckon a B? I'm cool
I
with
reckon
a
a B.
Man, people are going to be
She did
salty.
her stuff. People are going to be salty, but this is opinions, people. We're allowed to have them.
People are going to be so mad that America, United States, Leviathan, and Washington placed above QE. Okay,
well,
QM.
QM.
I know this is a nuclear take, but
no,
that's a joke.
I'm gonna have to stop you there.
That's a joke. There's QM. Okay, so I think
S tier because leader of the Germans literally had a bounty on her.
Okay, same with QE though. I would say my only gripe is her funnels, which makes me want to put her in B. I really do not like her funnels.
I don't like her funnels.
Okay, people make their ship's funnels too danky. They look so small and miniature. I don't like it.
I would put her in an A.
A? I'm cool with A. A sounds good. Okay.
People are going to really hate this because United States is at the top.
I know. QE2. Okay. She has back problems from carrying Cunard for 5 decades.
Yeah,
automatic ass.
That's an automatic ass.
War. Freaking Chad of a ship. You can't beat that. If you
that's
think
a Chad
sucks, get out.
There.
QM2.
QM2.
She's the last ocean liner.
Legendary lady.
Legendary. I want to work on her someday.
I would like to go on her one day. I would love to take her across the Atlantic. Do a transatlantic voyage like they used to. That'd be amazing.
Now, a lot of people here probably haven't heard about Independence, which sucks because she's lovely.
She is a lovely design. I do like her design a lot.
Is one of the most successful ships ever built in human history. Period. Why? I don't know why. She served from 1951 to 2001 and was only scrapped in 2011.
Damn.
Most iPad kids and Fortnite kids were alive when this ship still existed.
Jeez.
How do you feel? But she served about 1,000 voyages and was beloved up until the end. Unlike most liners who have a sad decline and then die, their designers knew what was happening. And like the Rotterdam, which I have massive respect for, by the way, like the Rotterdam, she was built to last, and now it definitely shows. So, A or S, to be honest?
I'd go an A.
A? Okay.
We are definitely going to need to start shrinking these. Normandy.
This one is going to get controversial
Crispy chicken nugget.
That's me, man. You can't say that.
Am I wrong? I'm sorry, but she did burn up.
Man. Those fat funnels about to start making
Also, the lack of shear.
Okay, but faux shear makes up for it. I like Normandy, okay? I simp for Normandy. I am Normandy cult. Normandy cult, rise up, okay? Normandy cult, rise up.
Look, I love her, but...
I like States more, but Normandy cult, rise up. I'm honestly going for a solid A.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll start
overlapping now.
them.
Then we'll have to soon start shrinking them.
There we go.
I do respect Normandy. She did a lot. She also speed record.
Speed ran her career. Can we talk about how sad her sinking was, though? His designer was right there. Her designer.
Her designer was right there.
That was sad.
That would have been sad, just watching her slowly
sink. He said he could
sink
find the
roll.
Seacocks. He said he could find the Seacocks blindfolded, open them, and save the ship. And then they said, no, LMAO, get out of here. Freaking bozos. Okay. Ile-de-France. I love this liner. She was the epitome of the Roaring 20s. And Sally was not very famous because she is one of the most successful liners of all time, ever. The epitome of the Roaring 20s. served in the Second World War, lived on to go out in the most metal way a ship can, sink to be used in a movie. That is so metal, in my opinion.
That is an insane story.
Almost as metal as Warspite beaching herself so she couldn't be scrapped. That is metal. Okay. Automatic. Whoa!
Whoa!
Tall MF.
Tall boy.
I'm gonna put her in S.
I'd put an A.
You think S is good?
I'd put an A for me.
Wanna go A? Here, we can just...
No, we're not doing that. We'll have more people rioting at our doors.
There you go, we'll do A.
They'll be wanting my location because I called the Normandy a crispy chicken nugget.
So this one is the Waratah. I don't know too much about her personally, but I know that... I know that she's, like, sailed out and then, like, was never seen again, but I don't know much besides that.
She was Australian going to Europe and was just lost in a storm.
I like
all hands lost.
I like the ultra brutalist style. The ship isn't made for looks, and
not
it
made
shows.
for looks.
But I like that.
Shows.
I like that. I like that.
I reckon she's a B though.
I reckon she didn't do much. She's not famous, but
she's famous in Australia.
I like how we're putting freaking Waratah, this little ship, next to freaking the likes of QE and Oceanic 2.
And this is really going to get... This is going to grind some nerves. This is really going to be putting them in the pepper shaker.
Oceanic class.
The Oceanic class.
I think this is Republic here.
It's one of them.
So personally, they were very revolutionary.
Very revolutionary.
I think just a solid C. I think they're just a mid-tier.
The first C, damn. They're the mid-tier ship, but they were the biggest step. They were the biggest step in the right direction.
Definitely one of the biggest steps, yes. Now, we're gonna go the #1 White Star Liner, one of the most famous White Star Liners of all time, the epitome of 1800s construction. Funnels that are so tall, they go into space. Oceanic 2. Oh, yeah. Oceanic 2.
Oceanic 2, I reckon...
Got turned into a boom boy. Boom and zoom. Hit a rock. Never seen again. Pretty epic.
Pretty epic.
Okay.
Those funnels, I reckon a B. I reckon a B for her.
Do you not like her funnels?
I love her funnels. I absolutely adore them. She's gone.
I love them.
You just shrunk her into nothing. I adore her design. I love her to pieces.
I can't see. I believe this is the Sibbajack.
Yes, that is the Sibbajack.
Okay, so I'm gonna let Brick take this away because this was his like
this one
thing.
Has deep meaning to me because it is the ship that my great grandfather fled war on. This is the ship that brought him over to Australia, and without it, well, I wouldn't be here.
So for that, out of respect, we're gonna put her in S.
I'd put an A.
You don't want her in S? That actually surprises me. I actually really like her design.
I love her design. Actually, no, S. We'll put S.
I'm gonna give her an S tier. Okay,
she's an
S tier ocean liner. Okay, this is the Lusitania. So Lusitania. Okay, obviously.
Very famous girl.
This is gonna be a touchy subject. It is gonna be a bit of a nuclear take, but I think she's a little overused. And I get she sank and a lot of people died. And I get
she's probably up there with Titanic in terms of the over-commercialization, but though at a very, very lower tier than Titanic is.
It might be a little disrespectful to say she gets a lower tier because she's overused, but that's just my personal opinion.
I think she's a good mid-ground C ship. Like, I love her design. She's a C tier ship. If we had Titanic here, hot take, but it should probably be almost the
now time for her younger sister that nobody loves because she looks like a cruise ship incarnate, even though I love her. Aquitania, let's do this.
I don't mind her.
I don't mind her. Okay,
I've grown to appreciate her.
I've always been an Aquitania.
The only thing I don't like is where her bridge is. I just get confused. Is the bridge at the top or is it in that middle section?
They actually put it at the top later, but it gives me Victory Ship vibes. And as some of you may know from my Amvic video, I'm a massive Victory Ship simp. Automatic S tier. No. I think it's solid A. I think she did her thing. She was a workhorse.
She did her thing. She worked for a long time. Wasn't she like
Oh yeah.
World War Two.
Only her and Empress of Russia were the only two major ocean liners to serve in both World Wars that I know of. On to Lusitania's arguably better sister, Mauritania.
Speed Demon.
Here's something Here's something I bet a lot of people don't know. Okay. Her top speed wasn't 28 knots. Supposedly, when she was a Caribbean cruise ship, which I believe this is her cruising livery. It might not be.
I don't think that. I think that's just. I don't know when that.
She's in gray though.
She is in gray.
Anyways, my point is, when she was in her cruising days, she caught the eastbound current, because that's like southerly, right? And she was in the southern area because she was Caribbean cruising. She caught it, and she had no passengers on board, and she was riding high in the water, and so supposedly she hit over 30 knots.
She also held the speed record for 20 years.
25 years. That's a feat, right?
That is an epic moment right there. I'd go B. I'd go B tier.
B. Okay.
She did her work. She lasted the same amount of time as the Olympic, a little bit more.
Yeah.
She did her work. She served the war. She was very good at stopping the war. She's a B class. Related, really only famous because of a certain overused ship.
Carpathia's cool. I like her.
I love her design.
She's a nice little liner. She's a little MF, and she's adorable, and I love her, and so I think a solid B tier. I think she's just a little bit of...
We still haven't reached D or E or F.
Oh, we wait until Oriana comes on screen. Then that's gonna be an F tier.
Ooh, no. One of my favorites.
Moritu is definitely one of my favorites. I love her. Okay, solid A tier.
I'd go an A tier. I love her design. She
served the Second World War, and she was only built for the specific reason of holding the name Mauritania. Yep. Because the name Lusitania was stolen by a Portuguese company, if I recall correctly.
So they were like, oh, we need a little one to keep Maury on our name.
And she's like a little QE. Better in every single way. Yeah, hot take. Yeah, fight me. Go ahead.
This is gonna really grind some people's gears.
Yeah, that's the great part. That's half the reason I wanted to make this. Okay, let's go. This is... don't remove her from existence, please.
Yes, don't delete it. We can get it back if need be.
This is the Boom Boy. Longest ship in the world for like 6 months. About the length of 1,000 miles. Not 1,000, like 100 miles.
Yep.
For a bit.
I love her story. I find it very funny.
Hilarious.
That they blew off the bow, towed her back to Ireland, had Harland and Wolff build a new one, and then just reattach it. That's just an amazing story. And the cool thing is,
her story is so cool because it proves how good Harland and Wolff was. They booked the voyage just weeks after the new ballast would be reattached. If Harland and Wolff screwed it up, that was it. White Star Line's reputation would have been hit massively.
They would have been absolutely
and they trusted them that much. It was off by like the slightest, like literally even an immeasurable distance, so miniature.
Water could damage it and bam, ship's gone.
Crazy.
I love the Suvic. I want to build her in Lego.
I love her design too. The Jubilee class is amazing. Okay, so solid B tier.
In my eyes, I would put her in an S.
S?
Yeah.
For the memes? For the memes?
For the memes, I'd put her in the S because her story is incredible.
France, 1914.
Love this ship.
She's actually really nice. She's really nice.
I really do like her.
Okay, so I think a solid B tier. Or maybe even A. I think a solid B.
I reckon a solid B. I love the funnels. I just love her design.
I'm a sucker for French ships.
It's sort of like it's a mix of like all sorts of ships there.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for French ships, to be honest.
I don't mind them. They do have their charm.
1 second, cut this part out. I gotta let my dog out. Okay, I'm back. Just cut that part out.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so our next ship is the sexiest German liner ever constructed, Bremen.
Bremen. Beautiful
Bremen. Okay. Solid A tier. Maybe S.
I'd put her at a A or B.
You want to go A? Don't you dare say Bremen's a B.
I'm allowed my own opinion, man.
Bremen gang's gonna murder you.
I might actually do one of these for my own channel. Just me doing it.
A tier.
Cause
dude, if I did one, it would just be SSUS and S, everything else F.
How dare you?
Bremen A tier or B tier, do you think?
I'd put her in A. I love her design.
Yeah.
She had a successful career.
This one I know Brick's gonna love.
Who is it?
It is, 1 second, I messed up the photo's proportions. What have I done?
Oh no.
Camera.
Yes.
With her butt cut off. There she is.
There she is. There's a full photo.
Okay. A tier.
A tier.
A tier. That was all needed, just A tier, A tier.
I love her sheer. Love her funnels.
That thick sheer, my guy.
It's a good sheer. I think she could have worked with like black freeboard.
Now, the ship I've been joking about the whole time, a ship only a mother could love, Oriana.
That is a face only a mother can love.
She has her charm, though.
She has her charm, but what happened?
What happened? It's like the designer got drunk and's like,
one funnel up there, another one down there.
Let's give her 65 promenades. Yes! Dude,
look, she has her charm. But
I like how she has that warship bow going on with the flare and then the... Okay. D.
Yeah, I think she's a D tier ship. Because I don't know.
She's gonna be all on her lonesome.
Yeah, that's gonna be at the end of this video. She's gonna be at the lonesome.
Okay, actually, she might be joined by another one. Big Four. I know I'm a heretic, but like that freeboard messes with me. It's like if White Star tried to make Mauritania 2 in the 1890s and messed it up.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Look,
real bad.
I don't mind them, but they're probably a D tier ship.
Big Four are utilitarian liner done wrong. Okay. I think either C or D, to be honest.
I'd go with C. Put them in
C.
C.
Okay.
Keep Oriana by themselves.
Man, that's gonna be sad for any Aussies watching this.
I'm an Aussie, and I'm pretty sure. I hope I'm right here. If I'm not, don't kill me, Australians. But I don't think any of us like her. Oriana.
This photo actually is a really cool backstory. If I am correct,
what am I doing? My website's frozen. Hold on. Just gonna. Okay. I'm back.
There you go. Rex. So.
Rex. I love her. She's a good looking ship.
I actually really like Rex. Although she only captured the westbound record, not the eastbound, surprisingly.
It's surprising
that
she did.
Disaster.
Yes.
But she had a gyro stabilizer, which is very interesting.
And
she had 2 outdoor pools, or one of the 2. She also has a fantail. Definitely really nice liner.
She's a very nice liner.
Solid A, in my opinion.
I would put her at an A or a B, around about there.
There we go. Let's kind of stick her over Canberra. Sorry, Canberra. Okay. France, 1960. I love this thing. I simp for this.
That is a good looking ship. I love the wings on her funnels. I love them. Me too. They're sort of angled up.
They're actually wheelback funnels. Those aren't wings. Those are actually her funnels.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I love France. Okay, I really do. Even as Norway, the 2 decks added didn't make her look that bad, in my opinion. Okay, so I almost want to say S, to be honest.
I probably wouldn't put her that high.
I want to go maybe B.
Yeah, I'd go B. So
the French people out there are about to start murdering us.
Look, I love her, but next ship after...
Morro Castle. Now, for those who don't know what this is,
Hang on,
she was an American ship built in the 30s, and she was made for, like, mainly... I don't think she actually did transatlantic voyages, but she was a liner still. She served mainly the East Coast of the United States, and she did often go to Florida. So, as a Florida man, loved this ship. She caught fire and burned, which is actually... Until the Normandy, it was one of the biggest ship disasters, like, front-paging literally everything. So, she's been forgotten, unfortunately, because she's actually a really nice ship. I think a solid B.
Yeah,
maybe a C.
B. Maybe a C.
B? We'll do B. Who is that? Is that France? That's France, okay.
Yeah, we got France there.
Okay. The next ship is Hikawa Maru, one of the last museumed ocean liners. She's actually in great condition, and unfortunately not known about because, like, she was an amazing ship. And she was one of the only Japanese ships to not commit horrendous war crimes or be converted to an aircraft carrier. She was actually a hospital ship.
I found a model kit of her that I really
Which is probably the reason she's still museumed. Because she was a good ship and not a bad one, and they want to remember the good stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know... I think a solid B, to be honest.
Yeah, I like her design.
I do, although that squat funnel, how it's like just go straight up. This one's interesting. I know a lot of the Cunard simps will want me to put this in A or S, but Campania. By Brady MF. Out of all the Blue Ribbon winners, I want to say Campania was the least important. She had bad vibrations. Although she was one of the first ships to have the whole, hey, you can take this ship, but you help pay for it when I build it. She was one of the first ones to have that deal, which is pretty interesting. But she had bad accommodations. Not bad, but they weren't anything special. You could sail on a White Star liner and get maybe even better accommodations. One thing she really had was her speed, and even then she vibrated a lot. I almost want to say a C, to be honest.
I'd go a D almost.
She wasn't necessarily anything special. You want to do C or D?
I'd do a D.
D, there we go. Oriana gets joined by a friend. I don't hate her. I love her design, don't get me wrong.
I love her design, although she could have had a little bit more going on top of her. But
yeah.
She's a small girl, and she's respectable.
This ship is interesting. Empress of Britain, because she was owned by the Canadian Pacific Line, or Canadian Pacific Railroad Company, which a lot of you may have heard or may not, but they were one of the largest shipping companies in world history. Like, they were ginormous. They were bigger than White Star and Cunard combined. But they didn't make any big ships. They were mostly a railroading company. So, Empress of Britain is really nice looking. Unfortunately, she sank in 1944 or 1941, one of the two. But
I love the funnels.
Nice looking ship.
I love the funnels.
I love the funnels, man. I love the funnels.
They're huge.
Okay.
They're prominent.
I know.
They're there.
Solid B.
Solid B.
Solid B, solid B. Shrink her down a little. Okay, the next one is Homeric. I love Homeric.
I do love
The cool thing is, the cool thing is, unlike the Imperator class, she didn't roll at all. She was actually one of the most stable ships on the oceans. Ever. Yeah. For no reason. Nobody ever knows why. It was like, she just was, I guess. She was a very useful ship, cruised very well, and did her job. If White Star didn't go defunct, this would be like... This helped keep White Star afloat in their later years, actually. Pun not intended, but... Solid A, to be honest, in my opinion.
I'd go solid A.
There we go.
I do wish White Star didn't go defunct when they did.
Definitely an interesting alternate universe. Okay, we're pulling out a Union Castle ship. I love the Union Castle line. This is one of the most obscure four-funneled liners, and the only other four-funneled liner besides Britannic to have gantry davits. Windsor Castle. And also Arundel Castle, but this is Windsor Castle specifically. She didn't do much of anything special. She sank in the Second World War, but she was converted to have two funnels and look a lot more modern.
To try and keep up with the ever-changing path of the Atlantic.
Nothing exactly special about her. I just really like her design.
Yeah, she's a respectable ship.
Respectable B, I think, or C.
I'd go a C. Respectable C.
Respectable C. Honorable C. Okay.
Honorable C.
Lurleen. A lot of people probably haven't heard of the Lurleen, but I love her. She was the workhorse of the Matson lines, served in the California to Hawaii route, and served well up until almost the 2000s before being scrapped. I think in the 90s.
Huh.
And actually, no, she was sold to the Chandris lines and sank as the SS... No. She wasn't Britannis. Her sister, the Matsonia, became the Britannis. She... Actually, I want to read on this now. I totally forgot.
We're not going to read on this.
No, now. I just want to figure out how she sank.
Okay.
Okay, she became the Elleness of the Chandris line and was scrapped in the 80s. Okay. So, scrapped in the 80s. If you haven't watched it, watch Big Gold Boat's video on her. Definitely very interesting. Nice liner. Pretty basic, but, you know.
Very square.
Very square, but I like that, you know. Sure,
not a bad design. Too. Not a bad design.
Being a White Star simp.
Hey.
I think a B. A B.
I'd go a B.
No, not Monarch. Empress of Bermuda. Basically a mini Queen Mary.
Yeah.
I really like this ship, actually. I think a solid B, to be honest. There's not much to be said.
Not a bad ship.
But, you know. I think a solid B.
I'd say a solid B.
Solid B right there. Okay. This one we have to be very touchy about for our Dutch fans out there. Rotterdam. I know somebody is watching this right now.
Image isn't loading in.
Oh. Somebody.
Why aren't you loading in?
Okay. Somebody is out there that we know.
There we go.
If you know who you are, if you know you know who you are, and I know you love this ship, which is why I'm going to put in F.
Aye, that's not very nice.
But yes, we have to be very touchy about this for that one person out there. You know who you are. I think, honestly...
Respectable.
I think an A.
Respectable.
She was very advanced for her time. She was made to be able to convert into a cruise ship, and one of the few liners that's still a museum. And she was so successful that when... that there's like massive outrage when she was taken out of service. One of the few liners that went out on a good ending.
Yeah. So
that is definitely something a lot of liners can't say. Something a lot of liners can't say, yeah. So you know. This one's sad. Wilhelm Gustloff.
Tragic story.
Very
sadly
tragic, yeah.
overshadowed by Titanic, as most ship sinkings are.
I actually really like her design, although I think her funnel's too small to be like a one funnel liner, you know.
It should be a little bit thicker and wider, I reckon.
Yeah. I reckon like a C.
I'd put her at a C too. Tragic story. Horrible what happened to it.
Yeah, that's for sure, but...
In the end of World War II. But overshadowed by Titanic, which is a real tragedy.
Yeah. This one Brick loves. This is Britannic.
I love Britannic, as she would have been.
Yes. Solid A, to be honest.
A solid A.
Solid A. She didn't do much of it, but...
I would, if it was me, I would put her as either second or first out of the Olympic class liners.
I would put her second, just behind Olympic. Titanic all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, sorry, but Titanic. You didn't really do much.
Here's something really interesting to talk about. Her captain was a massive dude on her final voyage. I was watching a documentary. He was like 250 pounds and was like 6'6". Dude was a giant. Dude was a freaking
beast
unit.
of a man.
Andrea Doria.
Italy's
attempt at the cool kids. Yeah, I stole freaking
another. It's more of a famous one. A lot more people know of her sinking. Probably because it was caught on film, wasn't it?
I forgot it was. Yeah, that's definitely very interesting. Very interesting, actually.
Damn, we should have got Oceanus on this.
Oh, we should have got Oceanos. Okay, if we did, here you guys get a bonus. If we did get Oceanos, I would honestly say a solid A. I like her design.
I'd say a solid A.
Solid A. Here. So, actually, I'll put her in A. But, to be honest, Andrea Dory actually had a really bad design, if I recall correctly.
Her funnel looks a bit too big for how small she is.
I actually really like her funnel size, although I'm a sucker for big funnels, so you know. Here, real quick, let me just...
I like her design. She's very clean. Got a good bit of sheer to her.
I would say a solid... Probably like a solid...
Respectable C for me.
C? C, yeah, I'll say a C. In here, let me just... Before we do our final liner...
We'll just put Oceanos.
Here,
God,
our final liner...
A tiers are pretty full.
Filling up. Final liner... Out of the size of this liner, it's probably the liner with the biggest funnel compared to its size. Her name is the Pasture.
Oh, I loved Pasture. I really want to build her in
Lego.
I
love Pasture. Okay, same. I might build her as TSS Bremen because there's a really famous photo of her next to the United States.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay. She served on like 6 companies and was like freaking a Chad during her service.
She was a Chad.
Honestly.
And one thing, I just love that funnel. It is so obscurely big.
It is so absurdly large.
There is no worldly meaning for the funnel to have been that big.
You know that meme, comically large spoon?
Yes.
Comically large funnel. Comically large funnel.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what?
S tier.
Frick it, yeah. S tier for the memes.
S tier for the memes. Up there with Sue
and
Vic.
That Cibajack and QM2, QE2, Britannic, Washington and States. Yeah. That is our tier list.
That is the tier list.
Pretty solid tier list. No Fs. Let's change that.
No Fs. What? Are we going to add Titanic, the overused, commercialized...
Ew, why did you mention her? No, we failed the challenge and go one video without saying Titanic.
We've said Titanic in this quite a lot, especially when we spoke about Olympic and Britannic.
That's true. That's my bad. Still, though.
We will win one day. We will win one day.
Pretty good tier list.
Pretty good tier list.
I would say that we've definitely made a lot of people mad.
Probably, but...
And they can cope and seethe.
Opinions don't matter. You can like what you like. Let us like what we like.
Opinions don't matter. Let me correct you. Your opinion doesn't matter.
Alright.
The music starts playing.
So, that has been this video. I do hope you have enjoyed. This has been Ship Geeks, hosted by Fitzcritz and BrickShips1912. We will see you all in the next one. There is always more to come. Make sure to do like and sub and comment if you have anything. Because, yes, if you have any topics, comment, please. Please, we need video ideas. But yeah, see you guys not next week, the week after next week, because we're uploading every other week now. See you dudes. See ya.